Hey, good morning, everybody. How are my beautiful lights doing today? Let's get started on today's reading and see what Spirit has for my beautiful Aquas. All right, guys. Nice beginning. Okay, so the first card up is the Ace of Wands. All right, so somebody is ready to just really explode. This is my Aquarius energy right now. Very intelligent. You know, you might have felt ignored for a while. You might have been feeling like things are just, just like a doldrum type of feeling, or maybe just middle of the road, nothing fantastic, but not bad either. I'm seeing something explosive coming into play with my beautiful, intelligent Aquariuses. All right, this is magical. This is manifestation coming into play. You all have this beautiful, powerful ability now. This is your main ability they want me to stress. Okay, don't ignore it. Do not ignore this. This is going to be your victory. Okay, you see this victory card? They're saying that this is the most potent, powerful part of you now, is your ability to manifest. Do not ignore it. Okay, do not ignore it. Use your intelligence and you will see this intense period of growth, okay? Like a growth spurt, but a very big one, an intense one. So you're going to see things happening like never before. And I've been stressing this for weeks now, guys. All right? All right, let's continue. All right, so there's someone in your circle that doesn't have good intentions for you. They want something from you, and they haven't gotten whatever this is yet. It's kind of like they're sucking your energy. They want your abundance. They want to be you, basically. This person, I don't know if it's jealousy. It just kind of feels like they want what you have. So this might be something you have. This might be your wife or your girlfriend or your job or one of all of the above. Okay, so it's not really a jealousy. I feel like this person has an ego issue. Their ego is so big that they just think that you're undeserving of these things, and they are. Yeah, it's an ego thing. It's definitely like this huge ego. All right, let's see if we can get more on this. Guys, I do offer readings. This is a great time for me to let you guys know. If you want to see what my services are, you can click on the description below the video. All right, so I'm seeing some defensiveness here. All right, this is in regards to somebody who's trying to be very strong. It looks like you're away from this person that you really want to be around, that you want to be with. And there's some kind of period of time where you're not going to be around this person. You're not going to see them for a while. This is somebody that you're very drawn to for whatever reason. This is somebody that you want in your life. I do see eventually you're going to end up with this person, it looks like. But for right now, there is a period. There's going to be a period of time where you're going to have to be strong because you're not going to be around them. All right. This is making you feel some kind of way. You're not liking it. But it is might be for a reason, guys. We have to get into the thought of when we don't get to manifest things within seconds, minutes, or days, there's most likely a reason we're not supposed to have it, or we're not supposed to be in that particular event at the time. Okay, so we have to kind of let it sink in that we're working with divinity more so now than ever. Okay, here I'm seeing this Eight of Wands. There's some type of ending in the middle. Give me a second here, guys, and let me get a feel for this. So really what I'm getting here is somebody's going to get some information that is going to be a bit hard to take, I'm going to say, from this person that they maybe have been with for a while. This is going to end, but it may have already ended or it's in the process. I do see movement here as far as that you've been holding on to this person, not wanting it to end, and just kind of prolonging the inevitable. I heard you're prolonging the inevitable with this person. All right, this person is almost, and don't take this the wrong way, Aquarius, I'm saying this with love, but they're really doing you a favor. They're going to, they're going to let you know that they aren't, feeling this anymore. They're not into it anymore. You've been trying to keep this going, but this is not in your best interest. There is already someone else who's going to be vibrating much higher, who is going to be more, it's going to be able to make you happier, okay? You're going to be happier with this other person because they are more like you and they are going to take the time to understand you, understand what makes you tick, what makes you happy, your likes, your dislikes, and they are going to be in tune with that and proactive in that, in being your person, so to speak, okay? So just know that, one door closes, another one opens. All right, let us continue here. I'm seeing this is regarding love, okay? So they're, same situation. They're saying that, we might have been happy with someone at one time. We, in that moment, we think that this is going to go on for the rest of our lives and things are just going to be beautiful the way they feel in that moment. But then we usually get some kind of, something happens where we become disappointed, right? Disenchanted with the person that we've been with. This is normal, guys. It's not like you should hold on till death to this person because, you thought a different way at one time. You have to be open for things to be ever changing because you're ever changing. And so is your person. So people do change, especially in this time, okay? We are growing in leaps and bounds. The energy is literally changing our physicality, our mental, the way we think about things. We're changing our, how we see life, how we see our partners. And, sometimes, again, one door closes, another one opens. There's someone else more, a meeting of the minds, so to speak. All right. So this may seem confusing for a time being, but Spirit is saying not to fear being alone because there are so many that have their vibration has been lifted. Now there's so many out there. There's so many for you to meet and connect with. It's not going to be that difficult, they're saying, okay? So love is very important to a lot of you, and just be a loving, giving person, and you be loving, and you will attract more love. That's what I heard. Be this loving, giving person, and you will attract more love, okay? It's all about love, guys. That is what the fifth dimension that we're heading into is all about. That is going to give us the properties to be able to live in these higher frequencies and live a much happier, peaceful life. Think about what peaceful means. It's not having those rough people around, right? The people that are just, everything's going to change. The music's going to change. We're going to stop using music to brainwash our children into becoming something they weren't meant to be, or acting in ways they weren't meant to act, if that's making sense. the food's going to change. The clean food that will be coming in is going to make us healthier. The things that are technologies that are going to be coming in are going to heal us. We're not going to have to take a pill anymore, which never really cures anyway, right? We're going back to what used to cure, what used to work. And I am not a doctor, so I have to say that. And I have been a natural girl since I can remember. I'm the healthiest one in my family. There's something out there, guys, for everything that ails you. All right. And go outside barefoot and ground. Okay. I've hugged trees, and it's just, it's all healing. It's all, nature is a very healing, protective place to set some time aside. Go for a walk in the woods. You don't have to hug a tree, but you know, just, you do feel that healing as soon as you walk into a forest or a park. It's just instant peace. And that's what we're supposed to feel, right? That's going to be our baseline soon. All right, so with this Ten of Pentacles, I'm seeing complete and utter happiness where love is concerned. We're all going to find, you know, people out there that are going to be on the same baseline, on the same frequencies, or very close to our exact frequency. And we are going to get along much better and see eye to eye much better. So relationships are going to be more, just more beautiful. All right. So King of Cups. I'm seeing that there's somebody who is going through some heartache. In the middle, we have the card of abundance, okay? And we have heartache between this person, and this is the heartache here. And then we have, this is abundance, but there's also a feminine involved, okay? So I'm seeing that I'm talking to a feminine. Listen to me carefully. You may have broken up with this person, or you want to, but you're feeling stuck due to the financial situation, okay? Because you didn't, for whatever reason, you didn't lock in your own financial security. And this is why I tell you guys to, even if it's later in life, if you're not financially secure with yourself, go back to school, do what it is you have to do to attain that, okay? Because feeling insecure, you know, we hook up with people that maybe take care of us for a while. There's no security in that. There's no guarantee that that person is going to always be there to take care of you. So it's very important emotionally, mentally, right, to be able to take care of yourself financially. So I see that you are a beautiful feminine, and you are somebody who's very giving. All right, you feel that because you're with this person and you're very giving and you take care of them and you go out of your way to please this person, that is your way of, you know, making it 50-50 basically, or, you know, you're putting a lot into the relationship, so you feel it's even. But there is your own, you know, in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, your own feelings of insecurity, that if you ever break up, you might be in a pickle, right? So it's imperative, guys. All right, I'm seeing that you, whoever I'm speaking to, you want your freedom. You are no longer happy in this situation, but you're feeling quite stuck, okay? And this is a heartbreak all the way around, because this is some kind of entanglement. There's more to this story. You need a reading, okay? So if this is you, contact me and be explicit about what you're looking to get from the reading if you decide to get it, okay? All right. All right, so let's keep going. I am seeing somebody's, wow. somebody's going through it. Somebody's going through it today. I'm seeing that you're trying to ignore the elephant in the room, which is this huge tower moment that you're having right now. Okay, so you're trying to look in the other direction of this huge tower moment. I don't know if this is like a habitual thing that, you've just gotten, this is how you deal with things. You try to ignore them until they hopefully go away. Okay. And, that's not how it works. All right. This is how you're supposed to be. This is your emotions. Okay. This is the card of emotions. And generally, it's happy emotions. It's just joy, elation, happiness overflowing from your cup. But in your situation, I don't feel that. I'm feeling the opposite. I'm seeing upset. I'm seeing you're feeling alone in your plight, left out in the cold, maybe losing sleep at night and going through this terrible time. I don't know what this is, so I'm going to get more here. Okay. So this has something to do. You're trying to get clarity on this at the same time. You're ignoring your emotions and how this is making you feel. You're overstepping you and getting plugged into the person you're with, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what is going on with your person behind the scenes, okay? And, this is a situation I just heard that isn't working and is not going to work for you because there's a lot about your life that you're ignoring. And this is kind of how you grew to handle things, is you mainly just have ignored things. And that's why you feel like you have so much anxiety and you feel like you're in this tower moment a lot, because you are, okay? Because you're not doing you. You're not fixing you, trying to figure it out. What's going to make you happy? All right. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who might be on autopilot. You're the person who, just goes to work. You're at the job and you're very focused. You're good at what you do. You're very focused when you're there and you're a very conscientious worker. But then you go home, you get in the car, you put the music on, and then, something along this line. You get home, there's white noise, you're looking at your phone, the TV's on, something like that. You're not taking the quiet time. You've built such a mountain of emotional chaos within you that it's so big now and it's so huge that you're afraid to be alone with yourself. You're afraid to take this time. I'm really plugging into somebody out there. I'm plugging into your emotions. I feel every fiber in your being of how you got here and how you're feeling. And you need to come down from this mountain of emotional. Yeah, this is going to not end well for you as far as illnesses and just building up. You're stuffing everything. You're building up toxins from all this emotional static. Okay, so I'm giving you some very good advice here to clear. Start digging in. Start taking. Do it in small bites. Take 15 minutes. Go in a room. Stay quiet. And take the biggest elephant in the room in your life, the one that has you so anxious, and start working on that. While you're working on that, you're really working on yourself, okay? Because this is something you need to tend to and you need to fix for yourself so you can come out feeling lighter and a little bit happier, all right? And although I'm seeing there are maybe a handful of things or more than that going on in your life that need to be addressed, you have to start somewhere, okay? But I'm seeing that right now you're trying to make something work that you already know it's not going to work, because you may not even love this person that you're with anymore. You're just kind of hanging on to them for, security reasons. Okay, I don't know, but I do see that you are fully protected. You have a lot of protection. You have people that have passed on that are watching over you, that see what's going on. And even though they're not allowed to get into the mix until you tell them, ask them rather, you know, you can ask your loved ones that have passed over for the help, and then they can, to a degree, through messages, dreams, and, you know, breadcrumbs, things like that. They can try to help you out. But this is truly something that needs to be addressed, okay? All right, let's continue. Wow, that was a big one. Okay, so I'm seeing judgment. Somebody is, yeah, I'm seeing a decision being made on somebody that you love, and it's causing a lot of sadness. Somebody is not wanting, you're done. You know that the relationship for you is over, and you can't make this decision because the person that you want to end the relationship with has done nothing wrong. You've been with them for a very long time, and you're not feeling it anymore. And this is very difficult for you. You don't want to hurt this person, and they think the world of you, and you know it. So this decision is very difficult for you. There is judgment here. This person is no longer vibrating anywhere near your level, okay? And so there is a lot of sadness. But, you know, the way to look at this, I gather, is to understand that, you know, at some point, this can't go on forever, right? So you don't want to take another 3, 4, 5 years down the road and then do it, right? Because the longer time goes by that you're not feeling it anymore, the more unhappy you become. So you have to deal with it, and it's better to deal with it now, because the person you're with also deserves to find happiness, find somebody to love, and get into a new relationship that is going to be fulfilling and for both people. And you need this new start. Okay, so that's a way to look at it to try to help you, you know, move through that. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's reading. I hope that, you know, I helped somebody out there. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.